How about we talk some NBA?
Yeah. All right.
The Clippers beat the Heat today, and in the win, point guard Chris Paul had a juicy stat line, 19 points, 18 assists, and one of those 18 dimes put him over the 8,000 career assist mark in his NBA time. Here's
Nice.
Paul on the accomplishment that he has achieved dishing the basketball.
Yeah, I know that. Cool. I guess that means I've been playing for a while now.
I guess that's your stock answer. We hope you keep playing for a while now. I have to know, it's just, as a fan of your game, did you know how many points you had and how many assists you had in the evening? And how difficult it is to get to a 20-20?
No, I had no clue.
You know you're at 19 and 18?
No, I know I got tired, so I asked to come out the game.
Legit or not, let's fire it up for this 120. Dylan, if CP3 never wins an NBA title, will he go down as the best point guard to never do so? John Stockton, Steve Nash, a couple of contemporaries on that list. You tell me.
Nah, I think Kidd's a little better.
Jason Kidd won a title.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Dallas against
right.
the
That's right.
Miami Heat late in his career.
That's right. We're just looking at the assist. I'm just looking at those names and thinking like, oh, I've got to pick from those guys. I'm forgetting Jason Kidd won a title. I think Chris Paul's better than John Stockton. I think when you look at the sheer art of setting up teammates and playing with one of the greatest all-time power forwards in Karl Malone, that John Stockton was just a maestro in terms of being able to set up his teammate and fuel that offense. And I have to admit, I just didn't love this Utah Jazz team. So I'm probably not giving John Stockton enough credit to say that Chris Paul's better than him. But in my mind, if I'm drafting teams, playground style, and I need a 1, I'm going CP3 over Stockton. So, for me, for my money, when you look at some of the great point guards that have been in this league that have not won a title, I think you can make that argument that Chris Paul would be the best if he's not ever to get to the top of the mountain and plant his flag up there as an NBA champion. I mean, that's the big criticism, right? Never gone to a conference final, never gone to an NBA final. Can we really anoint him as, this generational player? Because I think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he goes to the Hall of Fame. I don't think that's in question. I think he could retire today and be a Hall of Famer. But beyond that next level discussion of true immortal greatness, yeah, he's probably got to win a ship. And that's unfortunate because I hate when we do that. But, I think he'd have to settle for best point guard to never win a championship if that's the case and he doesn't actually achieve that.
I would agree if he doesn't. And listen, it's going to be hard. He's not getting any younger, as he is telling everyone who will listen afterwards, despite his exploits on the floor. You have a team like Golden State there in the West that's going to be difficult to beat. LeBron is still reigning supreme over the entire league, his buddy, and I don't know if that slows down anytime over the next 3 or 4 years. So if he continues his career and finishes it without an NBA championship, I don't think anyone should hold that against Chris Paul. He played in a very difficult era of basketball, and I think he is one of, if not the most underrated all-time great players in the history of the game. If you look at career player efficiency rating, Chris Paul is in the top 10 all-time, regardless of position.
Wow.
He's right there at number 2, active behind LeBron James. Only LeBron James has been more efficient with the basketball. The way I look at it, Chris Paul is John Stockton with a better offensive game,
more
or a better
offensive
scoring game. He shoots the ball better, able to finish better around the rim, but he can make every pass. He's every bit the rip artist that John Stockton is, the all-time steals leader in the game. Chris Paul's not going to play long enough to touch that, but on a per-game basis, he's right there next to a John Stockton. So I think already almost at this point, he's better than John Stockton. If he continues to play another 4 or 5 years and doesn't win a ship, to me, he's probably the best point guard ever not to do it.
I know I forgot about Jason Kidd's title with Dallas. Who do you think's better when it's all said and done? If we can kind of continue 4 more years about where Chris Paul's at, never wins a title. Kidd has his one with Dallas. Yeah. In your mind, watching both their careers unfold, Chris Paul's better than Jason Kidd.
Chris Paul's a better basketball
player. That's a tougher one for me. But both tremendous players. And I think Chris Paul gets a little bit of a raw deal sometimes. People, well, no ring, no conference final. How good could he be? Watch him freaking play, idiots.
18 assists, 1 turnover, 19 points for Chris Paul in the win today.